Hey gang, it's me, Natalie Diaz, founder of Twiniversity and author of What to Do When You're Having Two. Today, we're gonna dive in and talk all about your 8th week of your twin pregnancy. So let's get started. All right, first and foremost, welcome to the club. If you found out that you're having two, you couldn't actually be in better company than with me and the family at Twiniversity. So let's talk about kind of what our community sees, not only what I experienced, of course, because I could have a very unique pregnancy, but generally what people see in a twin pregnancy is they do experience more nausea than they have if they had a singleton pregnancy before. They definitely also experience a lot more trips to the bathroom. This all has to do with the changes in your body and the fact that there really could be two in there. If you're not already positive, these are just some of the things that you'd see. Now, breaking it down, a lot of times, don't expect to feel the babies at 8 weeks. They are only the size of a tiny little jelly bean. So yeah, you're not gonna feel them moving around. You may kind of feel things happening in your body. Perhaps you feel a little bit more puffy than usual. Perhaps your breasts feel a lot more tender than usual. But these are just kind of typical pregnancy symptoms. So you really do need that confirmation with your doctor, perhaps even that transvaginal ultrasound showing you those 2 little heartbeats to make sure that it is a multiple birth pregnancy. So what could we do? Okay, so some of the things that we can do for our 8th week is that you really should be eating small meals more often. So instead of sitting down and having a giant dinner, graze all day long. A little carrots and hummus, maybe a little bit of some black bean dip and some tortilla chips. So there are things that you could have all day long, and you may find that that will help your nauseousness. So don't try to gorge on a fantastic plate of chicken parmesan and pasta. You definitely want smaller meals, especially in the early parts of your pregnancy, to ease that kind of nauseous wave that might be going on. Please also don't forget, you need to take your prenatal vitamins. The minute that you find out you're expecting, whether you know that it's 2 or you think that it's 1 or you think that it's 6, it doesn't really matter. There are specific minerals and vitamins that you'll need more during your pregnancy. So if you do not have a prescription yet for prenatal vitamins, you're gonna wanna ask your doctor for that, or you could buy them over the counter. If this is an expense for you, don't hesitate to speak to your doctor about perhaps receiving a bunch of samples. They often get samples from the pharmaceutical companies, and they will be happy to share the wealth with you, but you gotta start taking your prenatal vitamins. You also need to drink plenty of water. So simple, right? It's one of the biggest challenges that pregnant people face is drinking enough water, not only during their pregnancy, but during the beginning portion of their pregnancy, because they're finding that they're running back and forth to the bathroom a million times anyway. This is all an okay and totally normal thing to happen. If you're worried that it's way on the other side of normal, always, ask your doctor. Don't be afraid to start speaking to your doctor now. But in general, you really do need to make sure that you're drinking enough water, and honestly, it's the easiest thing that you could do. Just turn on your faucet, put the cup under, and drink it. That's all you got to do. You should be aiming for about a gallon a day. I know, but that's going to be your whole pregnancy, so you may as well get started. The next thing I really need you to do is you need to rest. I know you may be a go, go, go. I have more work to do. I got things to do, whatever. That doesn't mean that you should just keep going at the expense of yourself. So if you feel that you're a little bit more tired than usual, that is normal. But you gotta listen to your body, and you have to rest. You gotta listen now, and you gotta listen later. And if you're someone who's not really in touch with the way that their body is feeling, this is the change, okay? So this is literally the time that all of that needs to change. It also wouldn't hurt if you could kind of stay positive. So I know you're going to the bathroom, you're nauseous, I know all these things, but you gotta stay positive, okay? And if you feel anxious or you feel a cloud of negativity coming over you, talk to somebody about it. okay? I know you may feel like the first person to ever be pregnant in the history of the universe, but you're not. We've all been there, and we really do know the anxiety that goes along with it. So if you don't specifically have somebody in kind of your friend or family circle, we have a whole peer-to-peer network at Twiniversity. We literally have a mentorship program. So you just head on over to Twiniversity, you go under the Twin Resources, and you'll see that there's a mentorship program that's all free for you. So I don't want to hear you're like, I have no one to talk to. You always have somebody to talk to at Twiniversity. So first thing is, are the babies growing at a good rate? That's going to be a question you're going to ask now at 8 weeks, going through, your 38th week. You always want to make sure that everything's on par. The doctor typically will offer up that advice, but you know what? If they don't, it always is good to ask. Next thing is you may be able to tell if they're identical or fraternal based on the type of pregnancy that it is. Do they share a placenta? Are they sharing a sac? There's a lot that goes on in a twin pregnancy. And this, of course, you could just put in types of twins at Twiniversity and it's going to show you all the different types that there are. Now, another thing that people often ask is, can I exercise? This is really going to be very dependent on the history of your fertility. If you had a lot of fertility issues, if you had previous miscarriages, there's going to be a lot of variables in this. So don't just take it upon yourself. Make sure that you speak to your doctor, okay? Another thing is the hospital I've chosen equipped to handle a multiple birth? So since you're going to start looking for a doctor, or if you've already found one, you should really be in touch with the facility that the hospital is, right? What level NICU is it? How many twins do they deliver a year? There's a lot of questions you may have, and I'm sure the doctor or the staff at the doctor's office is going to be able to answer all of that for you. All right, so now that's just a quick look into your 8th week of twin pregnancy. We have a lot more over at Twiniversity, so just head on over there, go to your pregnancy week by week, and you will see that there's going to be the information about the mentorship program. There's also going to be some ultrasound pictures as well as some belly shots, which you really should be taking. You could also submit anything to us at community@twiniversity.com. We would love to add you to our page so that other families could benefit from seeing kind of your growing bump and your little ultrasounds. So you could also find out that we've specifically kind of curated a list of great things for you to read. So one is fun ways to announce your twin pregnancy, because you really should start thinking about it now. It helps with that positivity. There's also some great links to items that are really, really great for your 8th week of twin pregnancy, including some breast pads that will help you with that tenderness and so on and so forth. So guys, head on over to twiniversity.com. Hopefully I will see you in class at some point. So it's twiniversity.com/classes. Once again, I am Natalie Diaz. Go grab your copy of What to Do When You're Having To, and make sure that you check out our other videos on the other weeks of your multiple birth pregnancy. So until next week, see you later, alligators.